My parents chose my sister's boyfriend's party over my wedding, then begged me to remarry when they learned about my inheritance. I've always been the black sheep compared to my younger sister Riley. Our parents, especially mom, have shown clear favoritism toward Riley since childhood. When I was born, my parents were struggling with severe postpartum depression, so my aunt and uncle raised me for the first 6 years of my life. Those were the happiest years of my childhood, filled with love and acceptance. When I returned home at 6, everything changed. I had to share a room with Riley even though there was a spare bedroom available. Riley made it clear she resented my presence, mocking everything I did. If I brought home good grades, she'd call me a teacher's pet. When I played the guitar my aunt and uncle had given me, she'd tell me I sounded awful. My parents never intervened when Riley bullied me. Instead, mom would tell me to stop crying and toughen up. The final straw came during my high school graduation. I was graduating with honors, but Riley had a dance recital the same day. Despite the events being hours apart, mom said Riley needed them more for her full dress rehearsal. Dad promised to attend my graduation, but even he didn't show up because Riley had a panic attack and needed him. I walked across that stage with no family there to cheer for me. When I got home, they were still celebrating Riley's successful rehearsal like it was the most important day of the year. After that, I stopped expecting anything from them. The only people who celebrated my achievements were my aunt and uncle. When Riley graduated high school, my parents threw a huge party. When I graduated college with a computer science degree and a job offer from a top tech company, they did nothing. My aunt and uncle wanted to celebrate me, but my parents complained it would make Riley feel bad since they hadn't done the same for her. Years later, I started dating Nathan, a successful software engineer. While Riley's boyfriend was always welcome to family gatherings, my parents suddenly worried about crowds when it came to inviting Nathan. They criticized his career-driven nature while never questioning Riley's boyfriend, who had dropped out of college. What bothered them most was that Nathan didn't let my mother walk all over him like everyone else did. 6 months ago, Nathan proposed, and I said yes. Dad seemed happy, but mom texted later expressing disappointment that I hadn't listened to her warnings about Nathan. She complained that he constantly challenged her opinions, unlike Riley's boyfriend. When I defended Nathan, she claimed he was changing me for the worse. 2 months ago, I sent wedding invitations to everyone, including Riley. She declined without explanation. Then Dad called to say mom wouldn't be attending because Riley was throwing a surprise party for her boyfriend on the same day as my wedding. This was strange since his birthday was months away. When I called Riley, she confirmed they'd moved the party to my wedding date because it was the only day their chosen venue was available within budget. She said her boyfriend's happiness came above everything else. Mom used the same old excuse that Dad was already attending, so I shouldn't be selfish expecting her there too. I told her I was done acknowledging her as a parent. She scoffed and called me overdramatic about my wedding. Despite my heartbreak, Nathan and I had a beautiful ceremony. Dad kept his promise and attended, along with my aunt and uncle who were furious about mom's absence. What made it worse was Riley posting pictures from the party, showing mom dancing and drinking without a care in the world. They seemed to flaunt their disregard for my feelings. Mom never called to check on us or congratulate us throughout our wedding day. My aunt and uncle confronted mom about missing my wedding, expressing their disappointment in years of poor treatment toward me. They threatened to remove her from their will, saying they'd make sure I got every penny of their inheritance since I deserved it more. Suddenly, mom was calling me pleading for forgiveness, more concerned about the money than fixing our relationship. She's been calling daily since my honeymoon, suggesting Nathan and I have another wedding ceremony so she can attend. Riley even texted saying I shouldn't have involved our aunt and uncle in private family matters, and that mom is afraid of losing her inheritance. She demanded I stage another wedding to restore family peace. But I refused to plan another wedding just to appease the people who couldn't be bothered to show up the first time. Their sudden change of heart only came after learning about the inheritance, proving their priorities were never about love or family. Sometimes you have to let people live with the consequences of their choices, even when they're family.